All right, guys, good evening on this beautiful Monday, the Monday before the 4th of July. Of course, it's the 3rd of July. America's Independence Day tomorrow. Good times, good times. Gonna go ahead and go live. I did not go live this weekend. I was kind of bummed out about it, to be quite honest with you. Was not able to go live. Had a lot of stuff come up, so it didn't happen. I have changed glasses, and I have realized that you can't even see my eyes anymore. It's all like glary lens. It's fine. We're gonna go with it. It's fine. I must mention, as I always do on these live streams, that I do have a Facebook page. If you do want to check out the Facebook page, this is probably the easiest way to get a hold of me. It's definitely the one that I check probably the most, is the Facebook page. I do also have an Instagram, and Instagram is terrible for me because I watch the streetcar takeover things where people like block intersections and they do donuts around them and they run into their buddies. I have no idea why I do that, but if you have Instagram, check me out on Instagram. Again, it is still Chris the Dude Nurse. Page looks something like this. You can watch my girls rock out to Limp Bizkit here. It's pretty cool. Watch the weather. I quit in front of my boss there. You know, good times, good times. But it is what it is. Oh, hey! Sorry, I got to chatting away on my own. Forgot to get back here. What is up, Jenna? What is up, Jerry? Good evening on this day before 4th of July. 4th of July Eve? Independence Eve? What's up, Cosmos? Excuse me. A lot of good evening. Good to see everybody. I will go ahead and warn everyone. I have not been sleeping very much. Not exactly sure how long I can stay up before I start nodding out like that, but we're gonna go ahead and make the best of it, see how far we can go. See how the night goes. Jen, I know you're having work troubles. You're still having troubles with the workplace-aroos. Have you found something you enjoy, found something you like yet? Genuinely curious. Still looking for a job. It's been tough. I hate to hear that. I really do. I worked with a girl who, she graduated in like May. She finally found her dream job in like October, I believe. So that does sort of suck. I'm sorry to hear that. And Jerry, you ain't got long left of school. You know, you're just about done. I'm sure you're probably counting the hours at this moment in time. I know I was getting to that point. Oh, shoot fire. I don't want to scan QR codes. Go away. I know I was getting to that point myself. Literally done. Jerry says I'm literally done. Oh, hey, I got some little guys I can post up here. That's awesome that you are literally done. Or it could be not awesome that you're literally done. Had to take. So, is that already come and gone? The ATI comprehensive exam? I feel like the last time you were talking about it coming up, but you had to take like 2 of them, I believe. Yeah, that's messed up. But my problem is I don't want to do bedside, but still want to work as a nurse. What do you consider bedside? Do you consider doctor's offices as bedside? That may be a good place to go. Or, you know, I've been in substance abuse for 8 years now. I feel that's, you know, I don't consider that bedside, but you know, you could always go into substance abuse. You don't have to go into substance abuse. You could go into mental health. You could go into like an outpatient surgery. But, you know, again, it depends on what you call bedside as to what your answers need to be. But that does suck that the stinking director makes you take the ATI exit exam again. That is no fun. Excuse me. But, Jerry, you're soon to be going for the NCLEX, I assume. Passed both times. That's awesome. So, are you cleared to take the NCLEX now? Or are you, released, I should say? How about home health? Again, it depends on what you call, bedside. I did, home health for several years, and sometimes, you know, when I was in peds, one of my patients, I literally played PlayStation with him at all times, and it was awesome. Applying for them tomorrow. Well, I wish you luck with the applications going out there. Places like Indeed make it really easy to apply, especially when you can upload your resume on Indeed. They make it so easy to apply. It's awesome. I love it. Ooh. Gotcha. Okay. Shoot fire. I am trying to get my stuff to load up where I need it to load. No, go away. There we go. Why don't you want to do bedside? I do know bedside is not for everyone. I was not built for long-term care. I was not. And some people just are not built for bedside. Excuse me. Last job I applied for, everything was perfect except for the actual workload. Everyone was running around like chickens with their heads cut off. Ugh, that sucks. Jenna, what is your title? Are you LPN? You RN? ADN, BSN? I have forgotten, and I do apologize. What is your actual title? Because that could influence my advice. LPN, okay. So I know for a fact, even in Florida, which I believe is where you're at, even in Florida, LPNs are in substance abuse. I've spoken to plenty of them. The problem is down in Florida, the places are typically bigger because Florida is sort of like a destination state. And then you have, Florida sort of brings its own entities. Unless you're in a rural area of Florida, a lot of your places that you're going to find to work at are going to be massive facilities. So I don't know how far away you are from a rural area or a urban area, but if you're looking for like a smaller workload, you're probably looking for going to a rural area in Florida. Simply because, the less people there are, the less people there are in your facility. Which sort of sucks. In Miami, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the biggest city in Florida? I also know you're in the way far south as well. I just don't know the geography very well down there. Second shift or third shift would be slower. Depends on the facility. I will take first shift on a psych unit any day over third. Any day. Miami is a hot spot for tourists. I could see that. Yeah, I just don't know what is down there. What's up, Angel? I haven't seen you in like... Wait, it's actually been a couple days. I missed you today. I tried to send people to see you today. And then they were like, ain't no day here today. I did actually. It was a good time. Nothing was bad, so that's good. Nope. What made me go live today? So what made me go live today is I love going live on Friday or Saturday nights. And we had a softball tournament, actually Saturday morning. But Friday night we had a swim team party, sort of like an awards banquet. After every swim meet, they do like a small awards ceremony, and that was Friday night. And all three of my girls swim, so I wasn't going to miss that. And so I decided to jump on here. Tomorrow is a special day because it's a holiday. And so we are, excuse me, the workload is much, much less. And so I decided to go ahead and jump on here. And hopefully, in my mind, what's going to happen is I'm going to catch up on sleep tomorrow during our very, very slow workload. Chances are that probably will not happen, and my whole theory will backfire, and I will be even more tired than I am. But I still wanted to go live, and so I jumped on here. I'm kind of glad I jumped on here tonight. This is the quickest and most responses I've had this quick in a long time, so I'm very glad that I did jump on. But yeah, that was in a nutshell. That's why. And I don't do anything on Sundays. I do nothing on Sundays. So if you ever see a video get uploaded from my channel on Sunday, it was actually uploaded, days before. But I don't do anything on Sunday. Probably won't be there a lot next week either. You remember what we talked about when I told you what I needed to leave? Yes, I remember this conversation, Angel. Probably won't be there next week either. Understood. Next week is this week, I guess. Today's Monday. Got it. I got it as well. But yeah, I just decided to change it up, do it on Mondays. Okay, all right, next week. Good times. Maybe once my girls get a little bit older and they start putting themselves to bed, I can do more during the week live streams. But at this moment in time, it's not going to play out that way. We will Def Talk Wednesday. Sounds good to me. Actually, I don't know if you know, we are in a massive nursing shortage at work. So we may not talk Wednesday, but we may. But I'll do my best. We've had a lot of nurses that left, and then we had a lot of nurses that didn't want to start Why is it that coworkers at a job are so surprised when you tell them you want to pursue higher education? I think they're sort of hurt, really. I don't really know that they're surprised. Like, I remember when I left the nursing home, and my charge nurse was like, this is a terrible situation for me. You know, she was thinking about herself, and I was thinking about myself. But she was like, I don't know what this unit's going to do. This unit's going to be terrible when you leave. I really don't want you to go, you know. And I was like, I'm leaving. I'm going, you know, finding better jobs. So I don't think they're really surprised. I think they just, you know, especially if you're a reliable individual, I think they're just sort of hurt, you know. They're sort of like, dang, this is, you know, you're leaving us. We had a really young nurse who was from Zambia. He was from Zambia. And the kid was working like 2 jobs. He was like 21, 22 years old. He was working like 2 jobs, our job, and he had a 3rd shift position and going to school all at the same time. And, you know, no one was surprised when he left. But, you know, it still sort of hurt, you know, it's still sort of, because he was a very phenomenal nurse, like, phenomenal. And I don't know how he was so good, because he was doing so much. But, you know, we weren't surprised. It was like, dang, you know, I really didn't want to lose him, man. He was such a good nurse. But, you know, he moved on. He finished up his BSN, I think. Whatever it was. Finished up his BSN and moved on. So I'm not, you know, not sure if it's a surprise or just, you know, feelings hurt. Don't want to lose you. That kid was awesome, though. He is, and could still be, I'm not sure his record, but that nurse, he is the only nurse I have ever worked with who I've never seen a single error out of. Like not a single, never error. Not a close call, not nothing. I mean, he's the only one I have ever seen like that. Phenomenal nurse, but I don't know how he had time for anything. I don't know how he slept. Get off on a tangent, but I don't know if it's a surprise or just, you know, hurts my feelings. But back to the question that I know was presented earlier. What is bedside nursing to you, Jenna? What is bedside nursing to you? Or what is not bedside nursing to you? Like, let's figure that out. And then maybe we can make... Uh-oh. I just had a power blink. I hope I'm still on. Not sure if I am or not. Let me do some moving around. Says I got an excellent connection. I don't know. Did anybody else see that power blink? We seem to be okay. Shoot, come on. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what that was that did that. Everything just went blank for quick. Bedside nursing for me is long-term care, rehab, etc. Okay. Don't really consider. What about like labor and delivery? I don't know if you like babies at all or mothers of babies. Like an OBGYN. One of the nurses I currently work with was OB for like 40 years before she came to where I'm at. And she said she loved it. So I don't know if that's something you would want to do. It is sort of bedside, but it's also sort of one-on-one. Maybe 2-on-1. Definitely a different pace. Why not an IV clinic? Now you're talking. I will go ahead. I don't know if you consider this an IV clinic. I will say do not go to dialysis. If LTC or rehab is not for you, do not try dialysis. Unless you got your marathon running shoes on. Labor delivery sounds nice, but I don't see those kinds of jobs down here. Would have to move. Do you have here we call them birthing centers. It's not like a hospital. It's sort of like an urgent care that's sort of built specifically for delivering babies. But we have birthing centers here. I'm not sure if you have that down there. Blood donor labs. I just donated blood like last week, I think. Congratulations on winning the race with the 17-year-old. That was impressive. Thank you, Cosmos. Tomorrow, complete change of subject. Tomorrow, I have another challenger from the same team as the 17-year-old that I raced yesterday. And sort of to protect their identities, I never say their names. But I'm calling this kid Trash Talk because he has done nothing but talk trash. So I am running him tomorrow along with More Eats, who I ran, the 17-year-old who I ran the first time. So More Eats and Trash Talk will be back. More Eats will be back. Trash Talk will be there to race me. And the reason I know these children is I have a pool that I operate, and then we have to have lifeguards at the pool, and these two are both my lifeguards that I operate. So I'm tired of operating the pool, but that's neither here nor there. Also, Courtney is one of the managers at the pool that I operate, and we always make sure that her check is looked at by other people so it doesn't look, sketchy or anything. Chris, you are racing kids. I am racing kids. I am racing children. They were standing together today. The two that I'm racing, More Eats and Trash Talk, were standing together today, and I said that they could combine their ages and add 5 years, and then they have how old I am. They were like, whoa. I was like, yes, that is how much older I am than you two. Like, you guys are much, much, much younger than I am. This should be easy for them. And yes, I'm racing children. Another one of their buddies says he wants to be there to record it. He's not racing, but he wants to record it. It also gives, kids something to do. You can't just have them at home all the time, sitting around. I have also, because these children are both underage as well, I have also spoken to their parents. So in case anybody's ever, wondering about that, no, their parents know where they are, and I've spoken to their parents. Like I said, both these children work for me at my pool, so I did speak to their parents. They do know what they're doing. They do know that they're going on YouTube, things like that. I don't know if anyone's ever concerned about it. I know that I am. I want to make sure all my I's are dotted and T's are crossed, and whatnot. But back to Jerry's point, at the blood donor lab, when I was there, I should have asked what their title was. I know one time I had a woman who was an Air Force nurse, and she said I had one of the easier ones to hit when she's used to being in a helicopter trying to get the soldiers who been wounded. So that made me feel good. And I really don't like to go to the blood donor lab, but they call me all the time because I got that baby blood. Physician substitutes. What is a physician substitute? Maybe I missed something. Maybe I didn't. LPNs at the blood donor labs. Yeah, that I do not recall ever seeing a provider at the Red Cross whenever I go, but there's probably one in very close proximity. Or they have a mess load of standing orders. Do this if this happens. If that happens, do this. Oh, that reminds me. When I had COVID, I gave away my antibodies. And when I gave away my antibodies, it felt weird. And I did not like it. Because there was one needle coming out and the blood came out, and there was another needle with the blood coming back in. And the problem was that the needle I think it was the one with the coming back in would quiver, sort of like that in my arm. And it really, really hurt. And every couple minutes, the nurse that was taking care of me would just hand me a handful of Tums. And she was like, eat these Tums, it'll make it quit quivering. And it did. But that had to be some sort of standing order, because you can't just, everybody knows you can't just give medication like that. So it had to be some sort of standing order for the nurse to give me a mess load of Tums. But, so, hey baby. Okay.
And also, at midnight,
Mm-hmm.
Sheetz is dropping their gas to $1 something.
What? Y'all know about Sheetz dropping their gas prices? The Tums did what? So, I don't understand the physiology. Jenna wants to say hey to you. She is busy texting other people's on her phone. I'll explain Tums in a second. Or are you trying to find the Sheetz thing?
I'm sending you this link.
Oh, okay. Wait, do I gotta get up at midnight and go to Sheetz?
No. I'll get up at midnight and go to Sheetz.
Ooh. If y'all don't know what Sheetz is, it's a gas station. They're sort of like a chain locally.
Hi, Jenna. Oh, my hair looks like doo. Why did my hair look that bad?
We have been in the pool all day.
True.
So, she has to lifeguard in the morning, so she's going to get herself ready. We found out, in the worst way possible, that her teacher's salary was not 12 months. Instead, it was 10 months. Wah, wah, wah. So she took a job back at the pool.
Did you get it?
Being a lifeguard. Yes, I did.
They're dropping it to $17.76.
For USA.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some crazies out there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to pack heat?
Oh, we don't have no heat. Hi, Jerry.
I can use some heat to pack.
What? We don't have a gun.
We got 3.
We have a rifle.
It'll be fine. Bring shotgun.
Okay.
Anybody give you some lip? Bust them off. So I'm not exactly sure what the Tums did, but when the needle would quiver inside my arm on the way back in from giving up all my antibodies, she would give me like 6 Tums, and I would eat them.
Yes, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, well, be sure you shut the door.
I know.
Okay. But she would give me, the nurse would give me the Tums, and then, man, that got dark. And then when she would give me the Tums, it would, I'll just make the needle quit. It was some sort of calcium, like deficiency almost, that the Tums was like blocking, in order for that needle to quit quivering. But that's part of the reason why I donated my antibodies to the Red Cross, because the Red Cross is, of course, a trusted organization. I knew that my antibodies was going to be used for something. I knew that, they probably had the best training on the man in their field. And, for whatever reason, they'd give me like 6 Tums every maybe 5-10 minutes, and I would eat them, and the needle would just stay solid. But I know when it did quiver, it was no fun. It sucked when that needle would quiver. How much is gas where you are? The lowest I've seen is $3.14. I believe it's $3.11. So we're just like 3 cents cheaper than you. I am.
Mid 3 something.
Yeah, it's like $3.11. Did you say $3.40?
$3.40.
Apparently I'm wrong. $3.40 is what Courtney's saying.
It's like $3.10 at that really cheap place in.
Yeah, the really, really cheap place is $3.10, but
Yeah, I think it's around 3. It's anywhere from like $3.10 to $3.40.
$3.10 to $3.40 is what she's saying.
So for it to be that for
$17.76, yeah.
it's gonna be $1.0776.
Yeah, I got you.
But you said $17.76.
Yeah, not $17.70. No, $1.70. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. They said for tomorrow, but I don't know if that's actually for tomorrow.
I got you. I understand what you're saying. Anyways, my blood type is I am a baby blood individual. I have a baby's blood. I am O CMV negative, which is baby's blood.
No, it's you are a universal donor
2 babies.
to anybody.
Yeah.
But they send you straight to babies
Yeah, mine goes to babies.
immediately.
Yes. I know I've touched on it before, and I always forget what exactly it means, but let me OCMV negative. Let's go ahead and take a look. This is, of course, the Red Cross, who I give my blood to. I am CMV negative. Is a common flu-like virus that up to 85% of U.S. adults have been exposed to by the age of 40. You have already been exposed without knowing it. Most people infected have mild symptoms. No symptoms, however, quite serious or even fatal to babies and weaken immune systems. How do you get it? Here we go. Why is CMV negative blood important? Although congenital CMV affects around 1 to 200 babies, many of them will not show symptoms. Some will have symptoms such as premature birth, low birth rate, hearing, vision problems, other developmental issues. It can also cause potential life-threatening infections in newborns whose immune systems have yet to fully develop. Whew. For this reason, babies needing transfusions as part of their medical care should only receive CMV negative blood from donors who have not been exposed to CMV. The American Red Cross supplies CMV negative pediatric specific blood products to hospitals throughout the country every day. Since CMV is so common among adults, only a small number of donors are eligible to meet this need. If you are CMV negative, which I am, please consider donating blood as it is often possible throughout the year. Ta-da! Yes, it's some sort of virus, but I don't really like needles either. I do know that they take my blood like immediately after getting it, like they haul it off. One time I was giving blood, and it must have been some kid who was training, or like brand new grad, because it was like you could see like the alarms going off in his head. He was like, "No way, you're CMV negative? No, this is rare. I've never seen this." And I was like, "Okay, all right, whatever, my dude." But I don't understand, because my sister is not CMV negative, and we spent our entire childhood together. Like we were, I don't understand. So I don't know why she is and I'm not. That makes no sense to me. But it is what it is. I don't know. Don't know why. CMV negative is very special. But yeah, somehow my sister has it. I believe my mother has it. And somehow I ended up without it. No idea how. No idea. But it happens. Yeah, I don't really like needles either. I stick a lot of people with needles. And I don't mind sticking people with needles, but I do not like getting stuck myself with needles. I don't really like giving the blood either. I don't like that needle stick either. Oh, so when I was younger, like much younger, because I think you can start donating at like 17. I used to donate for like all the wrong reasons. Like one time I donated blood because all my friends were getting tattoos like that day, and I don't have any tattoos, and I never wanted to get a tattoo, but I was going to go with them, out of peer pressure. But we were all drinking, and I was like 19ish, and so I went on ahead and found a blood drive and donated my blood and convinced my friends, because on the paperwork it says if you've got a tattoo within like the last year or something like that, you cannot give. I convinced my friends that because I gave blood, I can't get a tattoo. Well, it doesn't work the other way around, but I convinced them it does, so I did not get a tattoo on that trip. I also used to, when I was in college, I would give blood just to, go party with the frat boys like a little bit later that evening, and my buzz would kick in much earlier. All the wrong reasons, I know. Those days are long gone. But I sure did. I was like, "Oh, let's all go get tats, man." Yeah. I'll go get a, I'll get a tat. Yeah. In the meantime, I was like, shoot, I need a blood drive. I need to find a way out of this. It was not fun. And yes, I do save babies, but I think I would still donate even if it wasn't just for babies. I think I would. Excuse me. The bathroom is like just right over there, so y'all might be able to hear the water running. It is making me tired for some reason. Just that sound. Courtney's got to get herself ready for work tomorrow. She's working the whole day at the pool. Fun times. Sounds like fun. It sounds like it, but I don't know. We'll see. She may not have fun. We're a dry pool, which helps, I think, a lot. And there have been talks. People have sort of asked, hey, can y'all allow alcohol? Can y'all do things like that? And I am a hard no. I'm a hard no to alcohol. It's amazing how I love water, but don't know how to swim. You don't know how to swim, but you love the water. That is amazing. Did you never learn how to swim? Was it never something that was maybe, I don't think it's ever taught anywhere, but we're teaching our kids, to respect the water, but also, how to swim. I'm heading to bed. I will be heading to bed soon. I'm about there myself, Jerry. Like I said, I'm really putting a lot of eggs in the basket of everybody sleeping in tomorrow, and me sort of being able to catch up on a little bit of sleep myself, since we're running low on the crew at work. Long last day. Let me read that again. Long last day with all the tests I had to do today. That's no fun. Yeah, you get some rest too. And then go ahead and get yourself cleared to take the NCLEX, man. Bring it on home. Let's get that license. Took swimming lessons one summer when I was a teenager, but didn't learn much. Night, Jerry. We'll see you later, bud. Might be doing a live stream again this weekend. Might. Took swim. There's really no way to teach as an older person. Took swim lessons as a teenager. I don't know. I grew up on a river, and my grandmother would always make us wear life jackets, even though we spent plenty of time on the river. My grandmother would always make us wear a life jacket, and it never failed. My grandparents' land was sort of backed up to the national forest, and that's where the boat landing was also for the river. And it never failed. The very first warm day of every spring, and it was that end of February, beginning of March, sort of awkwardly warm day at that time, someone drowned, every year. And so it terrified my grandmother, and so she made us wear flotation devices all the time. Be like, Grandma, I'm on the high school swim team. I'm a state championship swimmer. She's like, no, you're wearing a life jacket. I don't care. If you're getting in that water, you're wearing a life jacket. And so if I'm in open water, I try to instill that in my children as well. And still it's habit today, even if I get in a lake or a river or ocean or something, I put on the big, full chest life jacket. Because, just habit, I guess. Put your shirt on so it don't rub you raw and jump in. My grandmother would also like to have very brightly colored swimsuits. She'd be like, so they can find you on the bottom. It's like, dang, Grandma, thanks for that. Good times, though. But they just sold that house like last week, I believe. So no more trips to the river. Sort of sad. Excuse me, I got rid of my eyes. Like I said, I'm getting tired myself. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Well, hopefully next time we come on here, I'll have a steady job. Hopefully so. Are you on Indeed or Monster or any of those guys? A lot of times those places reach out to you. I know the facility I work at, they reach out to people that may or may not have applied, mainly use Indeed. Yeah, I used at one point in time I had gotten mad and started applying for jobs and used I think it's called Google Jobs, and I get plenty of stuff from Google Jobs from time to time. So yeah, it may not be a bad one. Hopefully something does work out for you. Hopefully something pans out and it pays good and it's not bedside. Not running around like crazy. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Hopefully that works out for you. We'll see. But yeah, I mainly used Indeed as well. But unfortunately, I believe that I am in Jerry's position. I'm beginning to get to the point where I cannot hold my eyes open anymore, so I am going to have to go ahead and call it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to be live again Saturday. I know it's sort of a busy week, with the 4th of July and things happening like that. But I do plan on being back Saturday for a live stream. So hopefully work goes well and I'm not too tired with the nursing shortage that we've got going on, and I'll be able to come back. But thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I know it was a quick one, but still, it was a lot of good commentary, a lot of good comments on this one. I really did have fun. I really did enjoy it. Unfortunately, I am just too tired, to be quite honest. So hopefully we'll see everybody again Saturday. And if you want to check out the race between me and the kids, it should be live tomorrow. I do have the one from last week that is currently live, where you can see me beat up on a 17-year-old. What time Saturday? I would like to think it would be about the same time as today. I would like to think that. So, what was it, about 9:30? 9:45 when I went live today. So I would like to think about the same time. You said it'd be later on Saturday. What do we got? We have a tournament Saturday. Apparently we have a tournament Saturday. So we'll see. But that's the plan. Hopefully things go well. and we'll go from there. But see you guys later. Hope to see everybody again on another live stream, hopefully Saturday. So, night, everybody.